everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. You're watching Hey It's Anna, and this is my second video on my channel. If you guys haven't watched my first one, you're welcome to go back and watch it first. But I'm so happy for all the love and support that you guys gave me for my first video. I genuinely did not expect this much. For all the texts that you guys sent to me saying that it actually helped you, it makes me feel so amazing and so motivated to keep bringing this back. Without further ado, let's talk about today. Like you already know, college is where you'll meet the most people you've ever met in your life in the shortest amount of time. And some of them are going to be amazing, but a few of them are going to be really good at seeming amazing. And that is a complete different thing. Today, I'm breaking down a few personality traits you need to know how to spot so you don't waste 2 years of your life on the wrong friends. Here's the thing that nobody tells you. In high school, you didn't really get to choose your friends. You were just stuck in the same building as the same people for years. But college is completely different. Everyone's going to be new, everyone is a little lonely at first, and that combination makes people bond fast. Sometimes too fast. And that speed is exactly what certain personality types are really good at using. I want to be honest about why I care about this topic so much. So I moved to college at 18 as an international student in a completely new country. And I had this whole idea in my head of what my college life was going to look at. What I'd be doing, who I'd be friends with, what I'd care about, who I even was. And slowly, month by month, that picture just changed. And it wasn't in a bad way. I just started seeing things more clearly the longer I was there. The people that I clung to at first were not always the people that I actually needed. So if you're just starting college, or you're in a friend group right now where some part of you keeps quietly thinking that I don't really belong here, I need you to know that this feeling is not a personal flaw, and it's definitely not just you. It's one of the most universal experiences of this entire age, and almost everyone around you is feeling some version of it and not just saying it out loud. So my whole goal with this video is to make that feeling a little simpler to understand, so it feels like something's less wrong with you and more like something you can actually navigate easily. So the first trait is narcissism. Because it's the most misunderstood word in psychology right now, let me be clear. Narcissism is not just somebody who loves themselves. Psychologists describe it as a pattern built on 3 major things: a constant need for admiration, a lack of empathy for other people's feelings, and a deep sensitivity to any kind of criticism. So here's what that actually looks like in a college friendship. At first, it feels incredible. They compliment you a lot, they want to hang out with you constantly, they make you feel like the most interesting person that they've ever met. But psychologists call this love bombing. That's an intense burst of attention that you get early on before you've actually had the time to know someone. And then you would realize that slowly as days pass, this switch completely flips. Conversations become mostly about them. And if you bring up a problem, somehow it tends to become about their problems instead. And if you disagree with them or try to set a boundary, they don't just get upset, they get defensive really, really fast. Like that criticism is almost unbearable to them. So the trait to remember here is very simple. Watch what happens when the attention is on you instead of them. And watch what happens when you say no to something that they really, really want. So that's where narcissistic patterns show up the most. The second trait to know is gaslighting. This word just gets thrown around a lot, so here's the actual definition that you need to know. Gaslighting is when someone makes you doubt your own memory or your own perception of events, on purpose or not, over and over again. In a friendship, it can usually sound very small. Like, if you bring up something that really hurt your feelings, and instead of talking about it, they usually say, "That's not what happened," or "You're just overreacting," or "You're too sensitive for this." One time, that might just be a bad conversation, but if it happens every single time you try to bring something up, that's definitely a pattern that you need to see, and it's not a coincidence. The simple test here is that after you talk to this person about something that upsets you, do you usually leave the conversation feeling heard, or do you leave feeling confused about whether you were even allowed to be upset in the first place? And if you get that second feeling, that's your answer, and that feeling is your signal. Now, here's the part that actually matters just as much. It's not enough to know what to avoid. You need to know what a good friendship actually feels like. Because after a bad one, it's very easy to start expecting drama everywhere. Psychologists talk about something called reciprocity. That's a fancy word for a very simple idea. Does this friendship go both ways? Do they ask about your life as much as they talk about theirs? Do they show up for you the same way you show up for them? And the second thing to look for here is consistency. Not fun sometimes, cold other times. Consistency means the way they treat you does not depend on their mood or on who else is in the room around them. It's very simple and very easy to spot. Here's one more thing before I leave. You do not need to become suspicious of everyone you meet this year. Most people are just normal people. They're doing their best, they're figuring it out just like you are. But right now, you need to know the 2 or 3 signals that actually matter the most. How someone reacts to criticism, whether the friendship goes both ways, and whether you leave conversations feeling heard or feeling confused. You need to keep trusting the pattern and not just the first impression. And if you're sitting there right now feeling like you don't fully belong where you are yet, I promise you that this feeling passes. It's passed for me, it's passing for thousands of people your age at this exact moment, even if none of you are really saying it to each other. And you are not behind. And you are definitely not alone. Before I go, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I'm going to be here soon to keep making this stuff a little simpler, one video at a time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.